I can't even. Episode 2. I can't even. Pay to progress. My gosh, I can't even. I legit can't even. I can't even. Because this shit is stupid. Devil May Cry 5. We all heard about it. Amazing game. We all saw it on TGS. And it's looking like an amazing game. Yo, like, even the freaking, you know, Layton's Nero, aka Virgil. You gotta play DMC2, I believe. Yeah, I think, no, DMC2. Yeah, anyways, either way. You play as him, you know, get the Mega Buster, pew pew pew. I haven't really played Mega Man that much, but it's all good. I enjoyed it. I actually really wanted to play this game. I really played Devil May Cry 5. I actually do want to buy the deluxe edition. But, man, this microtransaction thing. Like, seriously, man. Like, what the fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? Like, when I first heard about the microtransaction thing in Devil May Cry, I was like this, bro. I was legit like this.
What the hell?
Yeah. I was dead ass, like...
What the hell?
Dead ass. Sorry, it's not even my really catchphrase, but I was honestly upset. I was disappointed. I was very disheartened. I was very saddened. Things were looking bad. Things were like effing crazy. I'm still upset about it. Anyways, though, if you haven't heard, Devil May Cry 5 is gonna have microtransactions. Now, of course, if you've been following this thing, if you've been hearing like from other people, because I found out about it literally like a few days before, and my Twitter alerts kind of just popped up because Angry Joe was talking about it. And then, like, when he had posted the link and I read it, and I was just like, why? Anyways, though, there have been quite a few people that have been defending the whole microtransactions thing, saying it doesn't really affect the gameplay. And, you know, it's just not a big deal. You don't have to buy it. But as I continue to tell people, and it's one of those things that I keep saying, if it doesn't affect the gameplay, then it should not be in the game. And I'm going to keep saying it again. If it doesn't affect the gameplay, then why the fuck is it in the game? Clearly, this orb shit is going to affect gameplay. So I'm going to go to the GameSpot article. I feel like this is something we should all go ahead, go and look through. So you'll probably see it there. But, as you can see, Peter Brown pretty much talks to Hideki Itsuno, director of the game, and they talk about the whole reason why it's in there. And as you can see in quotation marks, Hideki actually says, with giving people the ability to purchase reps orbs, it's something that we want to give people an option if they want to save time and just to get to all the stuff at once. What the fuck? And, you know, of course, you're saying this for those people that do. But on the other hand, I don't feel like you have to get all the moves. He's saying that, and my whole argument has been, why the fuck is it in the game? Why do you feel like it's not worth the time and investment? Are you trying to say your game is not really worth that playing? I mean, why the hell is this even an option? This is like the dumbest thing ever. And then if you continue going down, you know, he pretty much talks about the experience, saying like, it's interesting because I got more alerts. It's interesting because from a game design point of view, there's two different things we think about when we set these prices of the moves, skills, and abilities, you know, which you can purchase with the red orbs, he explains. The first thing is the stuff that we feel people should want to get is made cheaper. So people will think, oh, this is cheap, so I'm going to buy this now. But then for the stuff that's going to be harder to use and master, we make that more expensive. Partly because you save up for that you're not going to be able to buy as many skills, so you're going to have to take time to learn it. So you have to make a decision between going for the cheaper stuff or saving up. Getting the thing that has a lot of application, but you'll have to spend time learning and perfecting. So my argument with that is, if you're going to pay for the fucking red orbs and you feel like that the red orbs are going to be so fucking expensive, then why the fuck don't you just lower the price on the red orbs? Or just for a matter of fact, why don't you just make it a level up basis? You know, oh, you level up, bam, you get this ability. Level up, bam, you get this ability. Level up, bam, you get this ability. You know what I'm saying? Make it like God of War like was, where it's just like once you reach a certain level by just upgrading your armor and stuff, then you just got like the whole row of abilities, and you're just like, oh, I just want to choose this and this and this and this and this. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole argument to me is, they're like, well, you know, we made the stuff that we feel people wanted to get cheaper. So it's like, see, it's all on you! It's all on you. That's the craziest thing about it. It is all on you. You make it seem like this is going to be such a grind and such a chore. We're just like, we just want to give players an option. an option. If they don't feel like grinding, they have this ability. The option to choose something else. The option. Bitch, you're controlling the option. It's like, what the fuck?
What?
Yo, it's like that, man. It's just like, you control the option. You control all of it. And with that argument of just like, make it an easier experience, that's the dumbest thing ever. And it was crazier to people's excuses. Like, most people online be like, oh, it was in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. It's not that big a deal. It didn't affect the gameplay. Why the fuck is it in there? If it's a part of the game, it's affecting the game. That clearly kind of indicates that Devil May Cry 5 might be a grind fest when it doesn't need to be a grind fest. Like, if you're playing a video game and you feel like, damn, I hate the fact that I'm playing a single player game and it's taking me so long to get this thing. If you're not willing to make the time and investment of it, then why the fuck are you playing the game? Go play something else if you want to go play something easier. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, why are you here? If you're just gonna play like, oh, it's such a grind. Oh my gosh, it's such a grind. You know what I gotta say for you motherfuckers?
So sad.
It's so sad that you're not willing to put some time and investment into play. And the fact that you have to put you could purchase red orbs to skip all that experience, you might as well just put an option in to just do the fucking story mode and just never let a person play. You might as well give them the fucking option to do that. I mean, what's the whole point? Well, it makes it not even worth playing the fucking game, man. And then, of course, I'm gonna go to VG247. Because VG247 has something as well with the thing. So let me switch over to VG247. So the person who wrote this article, Alex Dolson, he pretty much talks about the whole Devil May Cry, microtransaction thing. At first he kind of states like, we should give the game a chance, wait for it to be out. And then at the same time, he also mentions that it could be bad because Street Fighter V has an in-game currency problem. By the way, Street Fighter V has a Street Fighter V problem. And that shit has not been fixed. It's never gonna be fixed because there are super hardcore dedicated people to Street Fighter V. And Capcom continue to make some money off of them. So at this point, it's all golden. And I feel like at this point, Capcom's trying to use the hardcore people, even myself included, because I really like Devil May Cry, because I love Cry 1, 2, 3, and 4, not the special edition of Devil May Cry 4, apparently, because I didn't know there were microtransactions in the special edition of Devil May Cry 4. But, they're trying to use that as an excuse to be like, hey, man, you want to buy some orbs? Which, by the way, you can actually get cheat codes where you can actually get certain stuff. But I don't want to get into that argument. Granted, forbid, getting extra red orbs. If you're going to give players a choice on wanting to use red orbs to, boost their experience, why the fuck is it not free? Back in the day, there were cheat codes that you can get, but anyways, like I said, fuck it, this is legit, we are paying for cheat codes, bro. They're charging for cheat codes. I legit feel like this is charging for cheat code. Like, seriously, I can't even, man. I can't even. They're charging for cheat codes. Anyways, this wonderful person, Alex Donaldson. I want to go to the part. You're welcome to read the article in its entirety. I just want to get to the part that made me kind of pissed off. So I'm going to go to the part where he talks about my take. And his take is, my take, is this. Video games need to make money. They are also more expansive and expensive than ever to make. And that means that many games are having to find new ways to bump up earnings in order to justify their size and scope. In my opinion, great job, Alex. I want to make sure you state that, because this is definitely your opinion. I don't agree with your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. But I definitely don't agree with it. In his opinion, elements like this are occasionally a necessary evil. The alternative, of course, is for games to either shrink or to be less polished, thus lowering the budgets. And while I personally love shorter games, he wants to make sure he loves shorter games, guys. You gotta make sure you know that. Make sure you know that. Make sure you know that. Neither of those avenues is particularly good for potential Metacritic scores and sales. When the fuck did Metacritic become the end-all, be-all? When did Metacritic become God? Oh, I have bestowed you an 85, a 92. You have a 51. Wait, I have a 51? Dear gosh, no! Does that mean I suck, bro? If I have a 51, is that the end of the world? Is that right? Do I need to? Look, man, can I wanna do this real fast. Let me bring up this. I wanna bring up this music. Back in the day, folks. Back in the day, we used to be able to, go and buy video games. Of course, there was a time where people critique and let us know what they liked or disliked in a video game. And based off of the person's article or that little note at the bottom, it was decided if the games were playing or not. Granted, there was always a score, but the score didn't really make that much of a difference because people wanted to play the games that they wanted. And now I feel like we reached the point where Metacritic has become fucking God! Metacritic scores and sales. What the fuck is this shit? The fuck do I care about Metacritic and sales? First of all, I know we've all heard this excuse before. Video games cost more to make, so they need to find ways to get extra money to recoup their costs. First of all, we don't even know the fucking budget of Devil May Cry 5. We have no idea how much was spent to make this fucking game. We don't even know. We don't know shit. We don't know how much it costs to make it. We don't even know how much it fucking costs to market it. We don't know shit about shit. We just learned this much about the game. We just learned you can play as Nero and, I said Nero. We just learned that we could play as Dante now. So, I mean, shit, man. We just learned in fucking Mega Man mode. Oh, man. I am legit pissed. I can't even I'm fucking these words up. Anyway, so, I'm just saying, if we're gonna go to this argument, if you were gonna go to this argument, if any person besides the fucking people at Capcom, I am so pissed I am messing up my words, but besides anybody besides people that work at Capcom are gonna use the argument, games are expensive. They must figure out a way to increase the price. Bruh, they have been surviving for so long on that $60 fucking price point back on the PS2 era and the PS3 era. Back at the time where people were saying for the PS3 era, the game should go up in price from $60 to $70 to $80 fucking dollars. All I'm trying to say is I am tired of hearing this shit. It feels like this is the number one excuse everyone wants to make. Because you want to know why I say that? I say that because we don't know the fucking cost of the game. Why the fuck is that the number one argument? Damn. Fuck that shit. Fuck all this. Fuck Capcom for doing this shit. For people for defending this shit. No offense to the people defending this shit. But you gotta have a better excuse than, what's the big deal? They put it in one game, so they should put it in another, right? They didn't put it in the other 4 games. They didn't put it in DMC 1, 2, 3, or 4. They put it in 4 Special Edition. So... damn. I'm just so pissed. I just can't even with this shit. My 2 cents on this is very simple. There is no excuse. This should not be in the game. If it doesn't affect gameplay, then your argument is pointless. Get it the fuck out. I don't want it in my game. If you're telling me I have a choice, if this is player choice, this fucking player chooses not to have microtransactions in this game and any other fucking game. Let that be known. I don't want it. I don't know who else wants it, but I clearly don't want it. I don't want it. I know there's more people that don't want it. So can we get rid of this fucking thing, please? Thank you so much. That's all I gotta say. Fuck this. Fuck the excuse of microtransactions. Fuck the excuse that games cost more. Because you wanna know why? It doesn't really. Because if it did, then it would actually go up in damn price. But you wanna know why it would? Even if it did cost more to make, the reason why it's never gonna go up in price is because they know that most of the shit that they make is complete bullshit. And it's not ready. And I know, granted, even if you had all the time in the world, you can never really make the perfect game. That is probably the most definitive answer right there. That has been scientifically proven that no matter how much time you have to make a video game, you can never make the perfect video game. That is true. But for people that use the excuse of games are expensive to make, so we have to accept microtransactions and loot boxes because it's how they make their money back. Fuck you on that. Because if you're going to say that, show me the cost to make the game. Show me the actual cost. Go to that company and ask them. So Capcom, how much did it cost to make you Devil May Cry 5? I don't need to know the budget on the marketing. Just tell me the price on how it is to make it. and then there we go. Yo, I got a little bit of a cold. Anyways, I can't even with excuse. Can't even with your people. I can't even see why you would spend this shit. This dumb shit ever. All I gotta say, and 100% honesty, is this.
What the hell?
There you go. That's my point of view. What the hell? Amazing game that now has something with some bullshit tactics that could actually fuck up the grind. And by the way, people, if you don't think Capcom could do something that grindy and fuck up the grind, and for the reviewers have one experience and us having a different experience, look at Street Fighter V. And most importantly, look at what EA did. Not EA, 2K. I'm so pissed off, but look what 2K did with NBA 2K19. Other than that, I'm done. Fuck this. Fuck you, Capcom, for doing this shit. And most importantly, fuck you, Devil May Cry 5. But I still might want to play you, but I'm going to wait a few years. I'll wait a year. Yeah, I'll wait a year before I play you. Because I know you're going to come out with some super arcade ultra mega edition version 2019. So, other than that, thank y'all for listening. I'm out of here. Man, fuck this shit. Games are expensive. You don't know it's not going to fuck the game. It's not going to mess with the experience. Fuck that shit. I'm out of here. Stay lit, y'all.